Hey YouTube, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nobby back again. Way to the bang, Vasas Lows, Bonjour mes amis, Kedu, Bawani, Konnichiwa, and Ni hao, Ni hao ma. Um, I'm speaking like low right now because I'm starting this because I had a strange dream, and as things happen, I started to understand it. And so I wanted to get down the dream, and then I'll show you, I'll discuss what I think of it. So basically, as you know, I was in the military, I was a sergeant. So in this dream, I was a sergeant leading a squad of women. All right. We were going up this cliff, or going around this cliff, and we were going around this cliff to an open a an open solid area. Now we were kind of single file, and I think the objective was we were supposed to get down off this cliff, and if I could get this squad, and let me just note this: this was a squad of women, females. All right, so I'll just say a squad of females, not women, and I'll get into that later. So if I get the squad of women over to the open space where we all could stand, we would be able to get down safely. But had kind of we hit kind of a spot where it looked like you could climb down, but you really couldn't. But I had one female in my squad, and I understand who this female is now. But I had one female in my squad who decides that she's going to climb down. All right. And I ordered her not to, but she did not listen. She got halfway down and figured out that the side of the cliff, or depression or whatever, was soft, and you could she couldn't go any further, but it was giving. And what happened was another female climbed down after her. All right, but as she was climbing down, part of this soft rock gave way, and she just fell feet first all the way down. But the interesting thing is, when she hit the ground swallowed her up. All right. So the other one was still there. So that brought me back to try to get to her, save her. And what happened is, as a result of the weight on this thing, on his ledge, it's really started to give way. And what happened was, where I was standing gave way, and so I fell. But there were the other females that were left. I reached out to them, but they could not keep me from falling. And when I fell, everybody fell. And I had this dream about a couple of days ago. I'm speaking of it now is because as I was asleep and kind of in between wake and sleep, I started to understand um, some of the things, and that's what this video is about. Um, and some things happened, but I started to think that's what this video is about. Keep in mind that we were all in military ACUs. For those that are in the military that know what I'm talking about, we were all in Army ACUs, and this is significant. And we was walking almost, well, not full battle rattle, but we were walking in ACUs. And I finally understood what this was, and that's what this video is about. So I'm going to start to explain. Okay, so YouTube. So YouTube, basically, I'm dealing with the mentality of the modern Black American woman. And when I say American, I'm stating the territory. And basically, this is the thought that came to me about what the dream meant and why it was related to me in this way. As I was looking, all right, and let me just finish off by saying, as the second woman go down, all the rest of the women followed. So one woman did something, and the rest followed. Okay, and so basically, what happened is, and as a result of trying to save the first one, we all fell off. Now, I don't know if we all perished. I don't know why the ground took up the first woman, but actually, I do know why. All right, and it's deeper into the message, but it has something personally to do with what I'm dealing with and raising. Okay, so I understand that. But this was to kind of follow the leader that instead of following a good man, a woman will follow the ways of other women, where this could be generations to generations and generations of disrespect for the leadership of such a man, that even when they're disrespecting the man, they don't understand that they were disrespecting the man because they've been so used to seeing their grandmother, mother, and they themselves have been doing it for so long. They've seen others do it for so long that even when a man calls it out, it means nothing to them. Okay, so basically, and when that happens, everything fails. Everything goes off the cliff. I put this picture up here because this looked like the cliff, and this looked like the circle looked like the ground that sucked up the first one that fell. Okay, so, and this was a passable thing, and just right around the corner was the spot that we needed to be, and we were just feet away, and had we just followed the leader and did everything single file and not got our own thing, we would have made it around the corner to the opening where we could have done everything safely. All right, now the other significant thing was, because I was the leader, I saw the spot. No one else saw the spot. Had they followed me and trusted that I saw the spot, instead of doing their own thing and just try to climb down the cliff, then none of this would have happened. And instead of that rope, it's like I tried to grab onto kind of a gate or a rail. and the rail failed. So y'all know about them falling dreams and stuff like that. So that's basically it. All right, and now I understand it on a much deeper level than I explained, but I was just letting y'all know is because it kind of uh, stuck with me, and um, the uniforms indicated that this was all U.S. women, that this is the mentality of all U.S. women. And I'm going to get to why it is starting to, that this dream is a factor. All right. When I say all U.S. women, I'm talking about the U.S. women and their territories. Anything that is influenced by Hollywood, the feminist movement, the civil rights movement, because the civil rights movement isn't about rights, it's only about women's rights. All right. And women do not know that they are writing themselves right off a cliff, and they're taking everybody with them. All right. And so basically the military uniform, the military, anybody in any of the territories can join, right? And so that's why I was like, what's affecting the military is affecting us in life. That the fact that they were all in uniform meant that it had everything to do with the U.S. way of life right now, as it disposes of the role of the man, even as protector. All right. And when I mention these territories, I'm saying that the same thing that the black women are doing in the U.S., black women are doing in all the U.S. territories. So, brothers, we need to get out of the territories. And to point that out, check this out. I mean, I put this up before, but listen to what he says about the territories. And this is about retention.
Explain what it is,
total population,
why we are where we are, and what will happen if we don't affect that number.
Well, just to say, so your listeners would understand, the Hispanic woman, each Hispanic woman has 3.4 children, or almost 4 children. Each Hispanic woman, at least 3. Mm-hmm. Caucasian women have 2. Every Caucasian woman has at least 2 children. Mm-hmm. The African American woman now is having 1.97, meaning she's not at replacement rate. We are not at replacement rate because 2 people should have another 2 people to replace themselves. Okay, so we are below that for the first time in our history being on this terra firma. And so you have to understand that is directly linked to our high abortion rate. Now also remember this, because this is key. That number in 2002 by the U.S. Census includes citizens from the island communities, Jamaica, Trinidad, Tobago, Haiti.
All people of color is what
yes,
you
all people of color. So
right.
you got to understand that means the indigenous black man is near extinction.
Right.
Now, another dude argued the indigenous man will never be extinct is because of Africa. The dude was referring to the U.S. and its territories. So the same behaviors that our sisters are leading others in other territories down the same path that they're going through. And the sisters followed the lead of the white woman. Now you understand the cliff? All right, so it's killing us all. All right, and so he's talking about all the territories and all the islands. All right, now pay attention to this. This is the mentality.
I want to give a shout out to my kids' real daddy. Thank you, government, for putting me on. I mean, you was the definition of a real father. Because when your kids is hungry, they have food stamps. Yeah, we shop at Walmart. Yeah, we shop at Publix. We shop at Winn-Dixie. When your kids need shelter, yes, you have housing. And you also have Section 8 for a lot of us. And when our kids fall, get hurt, or sick, they have Medicaid. Yes, we go to the ER, we go to the walk-in clinic, and we also can make a doctor's appointment. I get their prescriptions with no hesitation. Now, if that's not the definition of a real father, making sure your kids have food, shelter, and health care, I don't know what it is. So like I said, thank you, government, for being my kid's daddy, and thank you for putting me on.
Now, understand this. All right, and this is the mentality of the black woman. They want to be the head of a man. They want to be disrespectful to the man. They want to choose men that they could disrespect. All right, and then when men don't put up with their BS, all right, then they're out the door. They don't want nothing to do with you. And they do this is because of this. The government is putting them on, just like the woman says. All right. They have accepted the establishment, the white government, as their man. So they don't need a good black man. Don't want one. If they get a man, it's to do what they want to do in the way that they want to do it, but not for leadership. And they do this without understanding the issues and what's about to come down the pipe. Remember, I said I could see the landing spot. I could see where we were supposed to get to on the cliff. But they would not. They wanted to do their own thing and took us all out. And in my desire to save them, I was not able to save them, and I fell also. So like I said, they followed the leader. One went, the other went, then all the rest of them start going down. And as I went back and tried to save them, figure out a way to get them back up on the ledge, everything went, and we all fell. All right. Now, let's understand this as far as mentality.
See what happens when you fucking cheat on me? Yeah, you like that? You fucking like that? You like this fucking oil
Now,
everywhere.
here's the thing.
Fuck you
with this
fucking
lady
piece of
here,
shit. I hope you fall,
cursing
crack your
in
fucking head open.
with the mouth and stuff.
Let's see the best
now,
part.
here's the stupidity of this woman, right?
We got some
and her
fucking
actions
bleach all
right
over your
now
clothes.
in the midst of anger
Oh, your
seems
bathroom.
logical
It's lovely,
for
isn't
her.
it? It's a nice
It
fucking
makes
touch.
a lot of sense to her, right? She twisted a bunch of logic to where there is no logic, and as a way to argue back and get back at him and to degrade him and berate him, although in her head she don't think she's doing it, she's incriminating herself. All right. And look at how freely they think they could disrespect a man and his things. American women really just have no respect for the man and his things. The white man created a monster. All right. And it goes further than that. They don't respect the man, his things, or the man's person. And here we see a guy that was just chilling, playing his guitar, wasn't bothering no one. And a woman decides that she is going to physically go over there, unplug his thing, and take his guitar grab his guitar. You see what I'm saying? where did this mentality come from where there is such a lack of respect for any man that even as a stranger, you feel that you can just go up, talk to him any old kind of way, and just take his plug out and just grab his instrument. So he smacked her. Now, everybody would have been like, oh, he wrong. We're always wrong. Because we're supposed to capitulate all the time to the woman. And a lot of us brothers says, enough. And it's time to go where women know how to respect men. And let women fend for themselves. But there's a storm a-coming. Washington AP. This is like as of yesterday. Women would be required for the military draft under a House bill that comes just months after the Defense Department lifted the gender-based restriction on the frontline combat units. So a bunch of women that wanted to be generals and want to run men decided that they want to be on the front lines in combat, right? Because for right now, they don't see the front lines as front lines. They see the army as pretty much the best weapons, the best body armor and stuff like that, and push button devices. We could kill at a distance. So it's not out up close in front, right? That's about to go to the wayside. And if anything, everybody is proving that eventually everything gets hand-to-hand combat. You understand? So this means that women will be going hand-to-hand with a man that's just going to kill them easily. All right, so y'all can read the rest of this. But yes, the women will be going into the draft. They wanted to be the man, and the state said, okay, you're going to be the man. Here's another thing to think about. Men are going to be leaving. All right, because now first, there's an exodus with black men. And me and the brother was talking about the Zika virus and how everybody is trying to frighten men so that we would stay here. Don't fall for that. Right? They're always going to come up with stuff to try to keep us here in the prison that we're in. All right? When black women refuse to respect us and follow our direction, we're not obligated to them. No more. They have not chosen us as their head. They chosen the white man. They chosen themselves, or they chosen other women. So that's who shall lead them. Like I said, in the 50s, just 18% of households were single parent households. And it's about 68% today. All right. Now, when war breaks out again, girls will be drafted because most men will not be here. And I wouldn't be surprised if they will have to draft the girls because the men will be so fed up that, one, you'll have a civil war and you'll have incursions from all the other countries that see how unjust and raggedy we have become. The dollar's in danger. Everything is messed up because our values have been messed up.
Oh, now,
Now, righteous brothers, I don't think we're supposed to tarry here. In my last video, when I was reading Leviticus, all righteous people might need to leave here. But see, unrighteous women ain't going to be able to survive wherever we go. And the loud mouth, I ain't listening to you woman, she's not going to make it. She'll die in the wilderness. Okay. So things are very, very deep right now. And black men, we have options. You have French Guiana, and then you have Guyana, and I put this up here. And as you hear, right, these are some beautiful women. It's a woman that they say are always by their side. You see what I'm saying? Alright, so they value that kind of loyalty from their woman. Alright, so we have choices. We can go down there and choose one, or we can go down there and live. My last video I put up with Leviticus, I don't know what we're, I know that this place is becoming too treacherous for any man, white men included, but a black man especially, a good black man especially. And I keep thinking about how the Almighty got rid of the Nephilim. How did he do it? He let the evil fight amongst themselves until they killed themselves off. And then he brought the flood.
I feel so lucky to be.
You see what I mean? So this is something to think about. And these are all regular women. These aren't models. These aren't women in their magazine. These are all regular women. So, as you look at these pictures and these photos, the guy that did this video, he took pictures of these are all round the way girls. Alright, these are all round the way girls. Now, here are my final thoughts. In contrast to Guyana, you have Brazil. Alright, and these are Brazilian women during their carnival. They are kind of sensually open, but the word is, now Brazil is having problems, but the word is, if you find a good Brazilian woman, they understand their role as the woman, and they're loyal to you. The first sign of trouble, they're not busting a move and they out of there. And that's what the guy was saying in Guyana. And then you have French Guiana. And then you have Colombia and all the rest of that. So, brothers, do your research. There are options. Our options are running out here, though. With that said, I'm out.